Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Champ We Are United podcast. Come on, gentlemen, tell us what episode it is. Come on, in unison. One, two, three.
110.
110, Harry.
Yes, that's right. You've heard all the usual suspects in the background. I will introduce them shortly. 110 episodes. Blimey. Whew, you couldn't make it up. Oh, we do. Oh, okay. So, let me introduce you to everybody that's participating in this weird and wonderful world. In the studio, not in the studio, we have, first of all, look at him. If you're watching on YouTube, is Shiny Bonce. And I know that both Paul and Neil don't know which one I'm talking about. Hey, it's only Neil Bygone Berrigan. Hiya, Neil.
Hey, all right. Sorry to dazzle everybody with my shiny head. I'll keep my chin up during this if you're on YouTube. But yeah, great to be here again. I'm looking forward again to another great show.
You're very welcome. And next up, I'm not sure he liked that last comment. He hasn't smiled since I said it. Oh, it's the tangential one, the one that every comic that's ever existed, all in one shot. It's Paul Tangent Richardson. Hello, Paul.
Hello, Go. I wish some of
Hello,
that was true, as in every issue of the comics. Unfortunately, it's not, but thanks for the intro nonetheless.
What did you call me?
Not for the one
Go.
to try.
Oh, I just heard go. But yeah, an impressive collection if you're watching on YouTube, isn't it? So yeah, and finally, oh, look at him, yeah, the baby face of the podcast. Woo-hoo! It's only mute button Matt Richards.
Hello, Goal. Hello, everybody. Hi, listeners. Yeah, looking forward to this show. Good to have you back hosting, Mr. Goal.
Mr. Gull.
Yeah.
The Podfather.
You've missed the goal.
They got me Mr. Gull. I'm pretty dull. Sorry. Oh, the theme tunes are back. All right then. Yeah. So here we are then. Should we do the running order? Welcome to the episode, gentlemen. Let's have a good one. Let's do the running order. First of all, Matt, you'll be doing the social media feedback, won't you?
Yes, I will.
Will there be theme tunes, Matt?
You tell me.
I don't know. Let's see, shall we? And then we'll move on to who's next? I've forgotten already. No, seriously, who's next?
Yourself.
No, as in the running order, you Burke.
Wait, didn't you write it down?
That might be me then, I think, with the next edition of the We Are United story coming from you from the pages of the DC Thompson #8 Champ comic.
All right, you don't need to go on about it. I was trying to lead myself into a joke there, but it fell really flat. I'm obviously not used to hosting, so do please forgive me. So, and then finally, oh no, not finally. Oh dear, it's all gone wrong. It'll be Collector's Corner, won't it?
Yes.
Oh,
yes. Yep.
Looking forward to that, which is weird because, we are collectors, but I don't know why it's in the corner.
That's because we're all sat in the four corners of the studio, surely.
Oh, hang on. No, we're not. We're around a round table. What, four corners of the studio? What, like a massive distance from each other? Hiya, everybody across the table.
Hiya.
Ah, dear. I bet you wish I wasn't hosting now, gents, don't you? And then, it will be what? It'll be Neil Bygone Berrigan. And what's he? No, it's not. Oh God. Hang on. Gap for edit, if that's okay, gentlemen. Right, and then we'll move on to you. Dare keep that in? I'll bloody kill you. And then we'll move on to mute button Matt, who's doing what are you doing, Matt? What, Matt?
You tell me. I'll be really interested in what you think I'm doing.
Oh, well, I'm having a nervous breakdown at the moment. But, yeah.
Is that after? Is that next in the running order?
No, I'll be having a nervous breakdown after you do Billy's Boots cricket special.
That'll do. That'll do. I'll take that. Oh dear, come on, go. You're on a bit of a sticky wicket at the moment.
Oh,
I am, aren't I?
God almighty.
You're going to keep all of that in, aren't you?
He's
I wouldn't
seeming
do
all over the place.
And what? Cool, blimey.
It's very early for that.
Oh, I say. Right then, shut me up. Have I forgotten anything? Well, yeah, to be quite
Probably.
frank. Yeah, most of the first 10 minutes. So we move on to the social media feedback.
I think we shall. Yeah. Okay. So,
Rescue me.
okay. I thought you could, oh, you started you could do a theme tune then. It was a new one, was it? Rescue me. Okay. Right. So, what I should tell listeners and viewers is that it's only a week since we recorded the last show. Usually it's 2 weeks. So there's probably a bit of feedback to come in, but we do have feedback from the last show, which was just, I think we all agreed it was an amazing show with Bill and Martin on from DC Thompson, creators of We Are United and Football Picture Story Monthly. So we do have some feedback, so I'll go for that first. First of all, from the Royal Rovers comic 40 years on, there's Andy Cotton said Football Picture Monthly was ace. Shame it's not around anymore. And obviously,
Andy Cotton.
Andy Cotton, yeah.
Oh, I say, it's my little son, Andy. Oh, hello, Andy Cotton. I don't know why I called
Stop
you
been drinking. Thanks, Andy. On the Champ We Are United and Football Picture Story Monthly Facebook site, there was some great feedback from Martin Bain. So he says, thank you so much for this. It would be a great idea to have Barry Tomlinson with them in one episode talking about the differences the two companies had. I mean, that's a great idea, Martin.
Yeah.
I have thought about that. That'd be amazing. But let's see what happens. We need to get the guys back on again first. That's the main aim, really. But you're right, Martin. That would be really interesting. Phil Cole, he said that was rather lovely. I know much more about the history of IPC boys comics because of the likes of Barry, Pat Mills, and John Wagner, but know hardly anything about Thompson's. Learnt an awful lot here. The best thing, though, is these chaps get to hear how much their work means to us. All you chaps did that beautifully. I think that definitely came across.
No, that's great. That's great to hear because I certainly second that. It's good that they finally get to hear it.
I heard it.
Great, thanks, Phil. Lovely feedback. Adrian Lord, do we have a theme tune?
Of course we do. Don't talk bloody silly, will you? God, blimey.
Coming live from Doc Cotton's karaoke.
We haven't had that feedback yet. It's not funny yet. Oh, God. Everybody in the house of Lord. Everybody in the house of Lord. One house, one Lord. Everybody in the house of Lord.
Oh, it's good to have it back. It's good to have it back.
Yes, look at that.
A few bits of feedback from the House of Lord. He says, first of all, he goes, only an hour into it so far, but wow. And then loads of clapping emojis. Then later on, he goes, well, where do I start on this podcast? This could be the pinnacle one for me. What a fabulous listen on my journey to and from work. I know in the early 2000s I had my Football Picture Story Monthly ordered, but they're incredibly erratic. Some months I got one, some months I got none. I wasn't aware of the Dandy Run from the 1950s too. That was a really interesting story, wasn't it?
That was unbelievable.
It's just a wow from me. The guys were brilliant to listen to. I hope you get them on again. So yeah, thanks, Adrian. Yeah, so we're definitely going to try and get them on now. I'm going to send some of this feedback to them as well via email, just so they can kind of see everybody's responses, because as we know, they're not on Facebook. And then Adrian carries on later on. He goes, also, can I just say, Doc Cotton's new karaoke bar in Barnsley and Goal has a sore throat. Coincidence? I don't think so. So, Doc, what have you got to say for yourself?
Oh, I say, I was nearly busy today because we've got a special DJ out of the club. It's Ethel and Neil Willie on the decks.
Okay. Excellent. And then the final piece of feedback is from Martin Baines. And well, it's actually more, it's not necessarily feedback on the show, but he's said that Steve Holland of Bear Alley Books, which is a blog, which is a fantastic blog, They've just released a book about Mytech the Mighty, which appeared in Valiant, and he said included in the first 2 collections are articles on Tom Tully, obviously famous author of Roy the Rovers and many other stories, Nipper as well, and Eric Bradbury. And so he said they're some of the best he's ever read. So if any of the listeners are interested in that, go to Bear Alley Blogspot for that. So thank you very much, Martin. So that's all the feedback there, really. Like I say, send in your feedback. I know that this show is obviously going to go out a week later, but if you've got any feedback about the show with Bill and Martin, then let us know, because like I say, I'm going to collate it and send it in an email to them so they can kind of hear everybody's thoughts and responses. But yeah, thank you very much for all your feedback.
Thank you, everybody. I had at least 7 more theme tunes lined up.
So yeah, well, this is it, because some of the regulars, we caught them on the hop, haven't we? By recording this, we're recording this a week early just because, well, we've got commitments, so we can't do next week. So that's why it's being recorded a week early.
Commitments. Mustang Sally. Sorry. Right. Thank you for the feedback. It is always very much appreciated. I'm going to start a petition to get Goal sacked, because purely unprofessionalism in the first 15 minutes. I can only apologise. So yeah. Right. Shall we start proper?
Yeah, let's do it.
Excellent. All right. Let's begin with. Looking forward to this. It's Paul Tangent Richardson channel. Oh, for Christ's sakes! It's Paul Tangent Richardson channeling his inner Simo with the next edition of the Champ We United story. That's not the story about us. I'll move on.
Cheers, Podfather. So, as you said, a couple of pods back now, we left issue 7 with United back on the promotion trail, I should say, but manager Joe Pearson was certainly beginning to feel the pressure from the board and potentially the fans as well. So here we are then, we're moving to Champ issue number 8, April the 14th, 1984. And as you know, on each issue of the Champ comic, on the opening pages of the story, we've got a little description of the opposition at the bottom of the page. And we're made aware that United are playing at home to Portsfield. And in the summary of Portsfield, we're informed that United actually relegated Portsfield on the last match of last season, with United already relegated. And the Portsfield manager, Billy Campbell, is quoted as saying, "This is Portsfield's grudge match of the season, and I reckon we have the players capable of pulling off a result." The profile also mentions 2 players, live wire winger Barry Elder and target man George Wiley. So on to the story itself. And as you might remember, diagonally across the first page of the story, we're informed it is Saturday, April the 7th, and United are at home to Portsfield. A capacity crowd is at the Mill, with the fans excited to see that Josh T is in the lineup, one of them remarking that he's going to give the Portsfield something to think about, and another fan saying that Terry Evans is the main man, and look at the photo in the programme of him scoring against Sandwell last week. In the dressing room, Joe Pearson's addressing the team. "I have told you how Portsfield play. Big number 9, George Wiley. He's good in the air. So you'll have your job to pick him up, Tim. Remember, attack is the order of the day. We need to win this one. 7 league games to go, and I reckon we need 16 points to go up." Hijinks from Fred Rimmy as the players get set to leave the dressing room, ruffling the Welsh star's hair. "Don't worry, boss. Our great star Terry Evans will score. He is the best United have ever had. Well, at least that's what he tells us." We see the injured defender Larry Watson on his crutches, wishing he was playing. And then, interestingly, we see Joe Pearson with a young fan and the crowd saying Joe has a guest every match if they write in, and apparently he gets hundreds of letters every week. Although on this occasion, there's no mention of the name of the fan. So I'm wondering if there was actually no letter this week, and it was just a reminder to all you fans of Champ to get your letters in. Maybe you could get featured in a future League Cup against Jellingport, but who knows? Anyway, on to the action. And we see Tug Wilson showing what United have been missing. He returning into the side, and with a great tackle, he sends the ball to Alex Hedgehog-Jones. Jones is closely marked, though. He's juggling the ball. He produces what a piece of skill that is. An overhead kick to beat his marker. It's into the area. Willie Barnes, he's rising above the defender. He's a header. Oh, he's cannoned off the crossbar. Nearly an early goal for United. What a great move that is. But it's the fantastic header. It's cannoned off the crossbar. And the match moves on now. Portsfield are here to show us they're not here to defend. And they force a great save, one-handed save, in the top corner from Bill Shenton. The crowd wondering how he's not in the England team. It's end-to-end stuff now, and we see Terry Evans with a low shot, and that's a decent save from the Portsfield goalkeeper, I can tell you there. Tim Stevens, though, he's struggling with the big number 9, Wiley. Once again, Wiley beats Stevens in the air. He's flicked it to the number 10 of Portsfield. Oh, it's a goal! United are 1 down. Shenton didn't have a chance with that. I've got to say, Stevens really not getting to grips with the Portsfield number 9. And as for the pages of the comic, though, we move, can you believe, to a scene of some removal men who are moving forward Terry Evans out of the hostel into a nice big pad. But as we see the removal men, the match, we don't miss out on the match. We've got commentary on the radio. United are pressing forward. Evans on the right wing, but the winger is tackled. Not long to half time. United are still struggling with the high balls into the box. Stevens just can't get to grips with George Wiley. And Barry Elder, Portsfield's right winger, he's got round Tug Wilson. He gets a crossing. Wiley, goal! Oh, United are 2-0 down. And again, Stevens is just Wiley. I tell you what, he's got the beating of Stevens in the air. He really has risen above him. And again, it's a great header, and Shenton just can't actually get anywhere near it. Completely a thunderous header, and United 2-0 down as the half-time whistle sounds. Well, Joe Pearson's got his men into the dressing room, and I can tell you, Shenton's got something to say. Both goals could have been prevented. Tim's too small to be a central defender. I've said before, Stevens admits he's in trouble. Wiley's too good in the air for me. Pearson admits that he's been looking for a big defender, but it's up to the fullbacks to stop the crosses. Tug and Brian Stokes, he looks at them. Tug agrees. Pearson sends the team out saying, I want to see all the action in Portsfield's half. We can salvage 3 points from this game. Portsfield, though, they're straight back on the attack, trying to exploit the weaknesses in United's defence. But this time, Benny Granger managing to sweep up, and he coolly, yes, remember, we're back in the 80s, a back pass to Bill Shenton to relieve some of the pressure there. And in the comic, the action now switches to the director's box, and we see an agent suggesting that it doesn't look like promotion stuff from United. The injured Larry Watson is in the box, and he recognises Sam Toller, and that he's been involved in some shady deals, shall we say. Toller is suggesting that United won't get anywhere without a proper manager. Pearson is okay, but he's inexperienced, and that he's aware of big name manager who is coming on the market soon. The director he's addressing says it sounds interesting. I could mention it to the board. Oh, that director, oh no, what's young Stevens doing? That is bound to be a penalty. Oh, yes, no. It is. His penalty is awarded. Oh, surely not. United are in real trouble here. Bill Shenton's getting ready to face Frank Shannon. Shenton, though, is pleased that he sees it Shannon, because Shannon is on his penalty taker file, and he always goes to the goalkeeper's right. Shannon steps up, and yes! Oh, Shenton guesses right. He's fantastic, that file. He's palmed it out. Brian Stokes is running. He's anticipated it. Oh, he's knocked a ball out for a corner kick there. Brilliant save from Shenton, and that file on the penalty taker has certainly come to fruition there. We're back, though.
Shenton for England.
Yes, definitely Shenton for England. And we're back now in the director's box, speculating about the manager's position. The United chairman is caught. Actually, we hear him saying that if United do not get promotion, changes will have to be made. Back on the pitch, though, we see that Benny Granger's on the ball, and he's a class player, is Granger. He passes it to Hedgehog, and Hedgehog immediately under control, and he sends Josh T away. Oh, Josh T, he controls that ball. As soon as he turns, there's a Portsfield player into him, and he just clatters Josh T to the ground. I mean, the referee, in all fairness, he's blown up there. Back to the comic. We're on page 7 of the comic, and we're informed that with only half an hour to go, it's enough to make you think of walking out. But don't stick with the action as the pace hops up on page 24. A little
Was there a
tangent
comment
there.
in there? Sorry to interrupt. Was there a comment?
There probably was, but I don't read
And
commas.
you don't stick around, or don't comma.
Well, it was actually
around.
don't exclamation mark. Don't exclamation mark. Big bold don't letters there. And I was going to say, we've mentioned this, and this is one of the things that we've said about Champ. Again, that terminology, I'm sure you're thinking of walking out, but come on, fans, stick with us. Like we said, once again, the comic treating us, the reader, that we're actually sat in the stands and that we're needed. So as our fingers quickly move through the pages from page 7 to 24, we pick up the action. And Dunk Fraser lobs the free kick into the box. Terrier, Devons, goal! United are back in it. He's hammered that one home, the Welsh star. And we're once more, though, in the comic, we're transferred to the removal men and the radio commentary. This time, though, we see an attractive young lady asking if this is Terry Evans' house. We find out that it is none other than Melissa Rogers, the pop singer, that she is Terry Evans' girlfriend. Well, I'm sure there might be some more of that to come in future weeks.
Do the removal men look like the two characters out of Home Alone?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I was thinking more the old Bernard Cribbins. Let's have another cup of tea. But yeah, right. So let's return to the action. And United, it's all now. It's all United. And United are on top. And it's I've got to say, I love this in the panel. There's an absolutely brilliant drawing of Alex Hedgehog Jones, and he's down the flank, and we see him swinging the ball in. And as we mentioned earlier on, just like the Portsfield player Wiley, Willie Barnes, I think he's got the beating of the Portsfield defence, and he's lovely flick on, and it's Evans on trying to fly. It's a goal! It's 2-2. Terry Evans into the roof of the net. Fantastic goal. He's celebrating in front of the crowd.
Evans.
Yes, they're chanting his name. Fred Rimmy as well. He's got his fist clenched, and he's urging the team, come on, let's keep the pressure on.
Suddenly there's a bullfinch just arrived.
Yeah. Come on, let's keep the pressure on. 1 point's not good enough. We need all 3. Joe Pearson on the touchline. He's informing the team that there is just 5 minutes to go and that they need the win. We see Duncan Fraser. Wow, what a player this young Scot is turning into. And again, we've got another great piece of artwork there. He's in the midfield and he's fighting a Portsfield player. He's got his shoulder on and he's definitely got a piece of Duncan's shorts. But Duncan, he shows great strength and he's held him off, and he's had fantastic pass to Josh T. Oh, once again, T's brought him down. It's the only way that Portsfield can stop Josh T. I tell you what, in this game, every time Josh T gets the ball, he's just clattered. They are not going to let Josh T run at them. I can tell you that. But Alex Hedgehog Jones, though, he's furious and he's ranting at the referee. Fred Rimmy playing the captain's role. He's running over to try and intercept Alex Hedgehog Jones, but it's too late. The referee is not impressed with the remonstrating there from Alex, and the young midfielder, Spiking Up, as he's known to many of us, he's got his name in the book, and it's a yellow card for Jones. It seems a bit harsh. I mean, that tackle, I don't know if I didn't see the Portsfield player get booked. I mean, that tackle really did deserve a booking, and I think that's why Hedgehog Jones has lost it a little bit there. Anyway, though, it's a free kick for United, and play resumes now, and it's a great long ball from Duncan Fraser. It's a fantastic. Oh, Terry Evans. He's free in the box. He's controlled it. He's knocked it down. Oh, he's hit the post. Oh, whoa. Josh T. It's Josh T. He's there on the rebound. He's in like a flash. Can you believe it? It's 3-2 to United. I really thought Evans was going to do it, but Josh T, for those hacking down, he's got his own back here at the end. It's fantastic action here at the Mill. 2-0 down, 3-2 up. Surely United are going to hold on for this game. And I tell you what, it's not long now, and it's the final whistle sounded. It's the final whistle. And it's victory for United. They've come back from 2 down. The United fans, like me, I can say, are going mad. They're singing, we're going to win the league. Joe Pearson tells his players that they need to go to the crowd and wave. Of course, there's one man that's already doing it. Terry Evans is there in front of the crowd. His arms are aloft, celebrating this great victory that keeps United onto the promotion track. Well, the action calms down a little bit as we move to the last couple of panels of this week's edition, and we're back in the dressing room. And Joe says for next week's FA Cup semi-final that they will go down to the South Coast to get 3 days special training before getting the train up to Sheffield on Friday evening, Friday the 13th. Tug Wilson says that he doesn't fancy that, travelling on the 13th, but Fred Rimmy says rubbish tag. The only team that's going to be worrying is Manchester. Nobody looks forward to playing United. And then at the bottom of the page, we get that 7 days and counting, lads, but could Tug's words of warning come true? Is it unlucky to travel on Friday the 13th? Find out by ordering your copy of next week's champ from the news agents now. But before I wrap up this edition, on the back page, fantastic result for United there. On the back page, we get the second player profile, and it's got of goalkeeper Bill Shenton. I just thought I'd mention a couple of snippets from this. He's 8 seasons Shenton's been at the club, and he's only missed 14 games, which was due to a broken leg. And he is in the England squad, but he only has 11 caps as he's been kept out of the team by Southpaw's Davy Parks. Shenton, though, believes that he should have more caps. And of course, we have mentioned this in a couple of the previous comics. Shenton's been a bit spiky with manager Joe Pearson and has mentioned about whether United to get promoted. And it says about rumours that Bill could be on the move if United fail to get promotion. Shenton says, though, what would I want to move for? After all, United will be in the first division next season, won't they? Well, let's hope he's right. And that is how your number 8 edition of United finishes, with that quote from Shenton.
Wow,
I love
brilliant stuff.
I really loved them. Such an excellent addition to the weekly comic. Do you know what, Tangent? You deserve a bloody BAFTA. I know that some people do only listen to the audio version, but my God, I mean, it's no wonder Tangent has hardly any hair. The amount of times he slaps the back of his head when it's nearly a goal is amazing. And when there is nearly a goal, he's up and down on his seat like some sort of pogo stick.
No, it takes me back to before football was on Sky, and I used to listen to it on the radio.
Yeah,
cheers.
Brian Butler and people like that. They were fantastic, weren't they?
Yeah, you just need to tell us who's playing left to right and what colours the kits
are.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I do that in my co-commentary, so it's
of course.
Yeah, because you've got that. There's no visual there. It's just audio, and it's like yellow socks with red hoops, 3 of them. Anyway,
yeah, brilliant. Really
that
enjoyed
was
it.
fantastic, Paul. Just brilliant.
Cheers,
we might have to take away your tangent nickname because you're really thorough and to the point nowadays. So, well played indeed. Right then, fantastic. Oh, I'm looking forward to issue 9. I can't wait for issue 32 as well.
Wow.
That's going to be a good one too.
Issue 9, you should. Well, obviously, as Joe said, there were FA Cup semi-final. It's going to be interesting.
I know. It was interesting what you said about the fan not being named. You're probably right. It was probably just let's get the momentum going with this.
Yeah.
That's right. Good. Excellent stuff. I'm sure the listeners enjoyed that. Right then. Woohoo! You know what it's time for now? No, don't you, gents? It's time for. I don't know what I just said.
To you, that's my only concern.
I was going to know, it feels to me like you're biding time so you can figure out what it is time for.
I know what it is. I've done my.
I'm only joking with you.
No, I know. I've done my research by looking back on the thread very quick. Yes, no, I do know. It's time for Collector's Corner, and so Why is it called Collector's Corner? Are we all in the corner?
You're worse than me with a bad joke. You flog it to death.
Hang on, that's the first time I've mentioned the joke.
You did it in the feedback or when you were doing the running order.
Oh yeah, didn't I? I tried to forget that first 10 minutes. I'm so sorry.
Sorry to remind you.
Oh, look at Mute Button Matt. He's just perplexed as to what's going on. Staring into the camera. What is going on? Right, Collector's Corner. Who wants to go first? I'm going to randomly pick from the randomizer champomizer. It's Bygone Berrigan. What have you purchased recently?
I've had a couple of purchases. The first thing that I purchased was a Tiger Annual 1968, which is a lovely edition, which I can't show on the screen because my camera was all funny. But it's an annual I've not had. It's the one where it features some kind of two chaps parachuting out of a aeroplane. It's a really good copy, and it was only £2 from a local bookshop in Blackpool. So it was a really good.
I thought when you were at these places, I thought you were going to give me a call.
Do you know, right? They've got a few Lion annuals as well, and I'm not lying.
Every time, every time.
Pun intended.
Oh, yeah.
If you like, honest to God, if you ever do get the chance to pop down, Paul, you're more than welcome. I'll take you.
No, I will do definitely.
But yeah, it's a lovely album. It's really intact. It's still got the price inside. It's not been clipped. There's no pages missing, which is lovely, and it has got. I might do an edition on this towards the end of the year. Just a quick review. It's got some lovely, colourful pages in there as well. A really nice edition.
Nice.
And it's even got the spine intact as well, so it's obviously been well looked after.
Yeah.
And then the other purchases I've made are two football picture story monthly comics, numbers 375 and 376.
Oh, brilliant.
I hadn't bought first time, but I need them for my collection, so I'm only a few episodes away now a few comics away from completing now. But yeah, one's called The Loner, and the other one's called The Hot Seat. And on the back it's Steven Gerrard, a young player. I don't know what became of him. And
didn't amount to anything.
And
he spent most of his career falling over and losing the league.
And who was the other one?
Gerrard.
I didn't want to let that slip.
Don't let it slip now.
Two comics, and they've actually got my favourite artists in as well, so I'm looking forward to reading them, especially The Loner. But yeah, so they were my three purchases. I'm really, really pleased with them this time. So, and I've got my eye on a couple on eBay for a couple of other things. But
which ones?
I'm not telling you.
We'll count a bid.
Probably.
I will have a question about our collections after we've gone around the table, but just to reiterate something from the last episode, I still can't believe that I've only recently found out what clipping meant. I never realised, and I know you're laughing at me there, Brandon, but I never really realised. Obviously it was like people cutting it out. Anyway, shut up now, Gal.
No, Joel, sorry. The reason, and this is really sad for me to admit this to the listeners, I have been listening back on a couple of the old pods, and I recently heard you say that, and it just made me chuckle. Yeah, exactly. I just keep on clicking on all the Spotify and everything. So we've got so many listeners. What the rest of the guys don't realise is 90% of them is me re-listening to the pod and downloading it each time.
It's actually true, that is. Yes, let's move on to the man who's got a face calmer than a farmer meeting up with the Dalai Lama. It's Mute Button Matt Richards. What have you purchased recently in Collector's Corner?
Okay, so I've got a few things. First of all, well, when you say purchase, I didn't actually purchase this, but I've got this on showing on screen. The School Annual for 1980. It was actually sent to me by a very kind colleague of mine on the pod. Neil Bygone Berrigan.
We meet up in nice second-hand bookstores, and then we send each other free copies of stuff.
My comic friend.
We're special friends. We're not just pod presenters.
I'd send you stuff, but you've obviously got everything. They're looking up behind you.
That's right, Neil.
It's only my jealous voice, and you know it.
We'll talk about him on our separate WhatsApp group later. Don't worry about
it. I've left some pieces of paper with the secret messages on the pages. So.
It's good. I've read this. It's got Jack and Jimmy It's actually got a Jack and Jimmy story in colour, which is quite unusual.
Oh wow.
I don't think it's that edition, and this is one for a future pod. There is an annual with a Jack and Jimmy story, and the pages are the wrong way round.
Yeah, I think I think we mentioned
As in, you're reading the story, and like you with me, what should be, say, page 79 is actually 85, and so you read actually 85 to 90, and then it actually is page 80, if that makes sense.
I've discussed this before. I don't know if it was on here or somewhere else, and I think
I don't think we have
That's not this
featured it
one.
on the pod. I think we might have mentioned it in our many off-air
somewhere else.
conversations.
So that's the first
brilliant.
new addition to my collection. Then I bought this. So this is a Tiger Olympic special, and I bought this.
lovely that.
It's about 15 quid. There's got no comic strips in it, but it was clearly brought out for the 1976 Olympics in Montreal, and it's fantastic. But I won't go into it in too much depth because I might as well mention it now. But a friend of the show, Barry Tomlinson, is due to come on very soon, in a few weeks' time, and we're going to go through some of the specials. So a Tiger special, we'll go through this, and we'll go through a Roy the Rovers special as well. So I'll go into a bit more detail on that one. But I'd never even heard of this. I spoke to Barry about coming on the show again, and he said, "Oh, could we do the Olympic special?" And I was like, "Well, I haven't even got that." But no,
That's the first it's the first I've ever seen that. I didn't even know they'd done anything like that or existed.
Then a couple more purchases. I've got this. This is a book. It's called Vermin by William A. Graham. Do you know who William A. Graham is?
Bill
Graham. Because Bill Graham, who
is
the editor of DC Thompson, he's wrote a few novels, crime novels, and this is the first one. It's called Vermin. So if people are interested, you can get it off of Amazon. I think I just got it for a few quid, second hand. I haven't started reading it yet, but set in Dundee. So.
Sorry, at me. We managed to interview him once on the pod, and now I'm his best friend. Oh, it's Bill's book.
Oh, it's Bill. Pretty boy. Oh, Bill. Why, Bill? And the last one is something I bought just this week, and it's a biography by Steve McManus, who was the editor of 2000 AD.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, I'm not a massive. I mean, I've got a few 2000 AD, but I mean, the reason I bought this is, well, he worked in Fleetway 1973, and he worked on Valiant, and he worked a bit on Battle, and a bit on Action as well. So it's I haven't started reading it yet because I only got it a couple of days ago, but it's quite interesting hearing behind the scenes of what actually went on in Fleetway House. So yeah, if any of the listeners are interested, that's called The Mighty One by Steve McManus.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's it.
Great. He was a good snooker player.
His brother Alan was.
Oh, Adam.
No, I remember when I was funny.
You make me chuckle.
You've got a good memory.
Thank you very much. Thank you. No, thank you. What did you say?
He said you've got a good memory.
I love you really. I love you really.
Well, look at Bygone's face. He doesn't. Christ, look at Sorry to the listeners only. We're just self-indulgent here. So yeah, shall we move on to the final person? Oh no, there'll be me as well, won't there? I forgot that. The penultimate person in Collector's Corner, and believe me, he's got comics in every single damn bloody corner. The Tangerine one. What?
The Tangerine.
Oh dear me! Oh, the tangential one. What? Just get on with it. Go on, tell us.
Well, the first things, as I've mentioned, they're not old editions, but I've got the latest two Judge Dredd. Because obviously we've mentioned, I think I could be in danger here of well, it's not self-promotion because I'm nothing to do with it, but Rock of the Reds, which is a story that I've enjoyed, is being reprinted, and then there's going to be new versions of it in the Judge Dredd magazine. So I've got the last two of those. And then, of course, you heard me say I had to give up. But then a seller on eBay contacted me and said that he's got a couple of early Victor comics. And so I've recently managed to purchase number 21, which is July the 15th, 1961 of the Victor, and number 23, July the 29th, 1961. And that now means for my collection on Victor, I just now need 66 of those comics. And I shall mention friend of the show and has made two fantastic guest appearances, Ian Golden, who's been on the show and did two great features. He recently on Facebook managed, I believe, to get an entire collection of Roy the Rovers and annuals. And of course, he already had some of those annuals, and he reached out and asked us, and it's helped me fill some gaps. So I managed to offer Ian, I got the 1978 Roy the Rovers annual. And two of the later ones, which is sorry for listeners, I sort of explained, but I am holding them up for the YouTube viewers, the 1992 annual and the 1993 annual. So as far as I'm aware, for me, I've got all the kind of Roy the Rovers annuals that would be at the time of the comic. But of course, before the Roy the Rovers comic, there were some that were released under the Tiger banner. So I still need to find out and get more information on that. So considering I'm no longer purchasing comics this year and I've given up, I've done really well between the last pod and this one. Back to you in the corner of the studio. Go.
Thank you. Lovely, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Golden Ian has the full run. Very impressive, says the tangential one. Oh, never mind.
Oh, it's very good. It's very good. Yeah.
Very good.
So it's just down to me now, Collector's Corner. So yeah, I mean, I've got to be a bit careful after my purchase of over 1,000, 2,000 ADs. But I have recently got a few more regular listeners from the dark, distant past will know that I'm a collector of and a big fan of the Marvel superhero Secret Wars comics that ran for 9 issues in 1984 in America, and then went on to 12 issues, and then went on to Secret Wars 2, 9 issues, and that span off into other comics as well. But over here, it lasted for 80, the reprints lasted for 80 editions, which incorporated, obviously the Secret Wars 1 and Secret Wars 2, but it actually, because it ran out of content from the American comics, you had new stuff that was in the British comics that wasn't in the US comics. So, additional parts of the storyline and this, that, and the other. So, for me, I've been trying to collect them for a long time, and I've got back into trying to get those. I got a good deal with a guy, only 4 issues, but got a good deal with a guy on eBay who I purchased one, and he came back and said, well, if you want to pick 3 more, I'll send them in the same package just for the postage of 1, which is a cracking deal when you think about it.
Yeah.
So they're about, and he said, just tick the box for collection only, and then just pay, for the 1 postage, if that makes sense. I thought that was great, and the comics are about £2 each. So that's my new trying to get the whole lot because I haven't got all of them. So that's my collector's corner. Nothing impressive, but yeah. And my question from about 10 minutes ago is about how I kind of know the answer to this, gentleman, how you catalogue your comics. I'll come to...
Well, I'll go.
All right, then, well, I'll psychically let Tangent go first.
Sorry. No, because I'm probably the saddest of all of us. So I actually scan the covers of all of my comics, and I've got an Excel spreadsheet, and I'm compiling, as some listeners might know, because I've shared the links. Although I'm redoing my website, I've got my own website, and on there I have all the covers of the collections that I've collected, although not all the web pages are up to date yet. But I have scanned everything.
I mean, I know
as
that
in the covers, by the way.
Yeah,
just the covers.
I know us as a podcast group, we all know that, but it's nice to just mention it for perhaps new listeners that might be interested in getting into collecting or whatever, or already do. Yeah, that's really good. Did you mention the address?
No, it's bushfields.com, and then I think when you get there, there's an icon that says Bushfields, and if you click on that, that will take you to the comic section, which, as I say, at the moment I'm playing around with. There's just the covers checklist. If you click into that, and then you'll see.
Cracking stuff. Well done. Lovely. Bygone, what about you? Do you catalogue yours in a certain way, or?
No. For obviously, I've always collected Roy the Rovers, so I know for Roy the Rovers from '76 to recently up until '92, I have got all the. I know I've got every issue, and it's the same with like the monthlies and things like that. So I'm happy with them. Annuals is the same for Roy the Rovers and Tiger up until like from 1968. I've got all the Tigers as well. It's just for things for me. It's like I love the specials. So in the '70s, there's a couple of holiday specials that require for Tiger. So I know them off by heart what I need. But for Football Picture Story Monthly, I usually go through every month and just make sure I've got which ones I require, so I'm not double buying them, because as we've noted, they are going a little bit expensive at the minute. So I've just made notes of which ones I require for that. I've not got a spreadsheet. But yeah, usually if I've got a few doubles as well, because if they're going if I see a good deal, I'll get the double and decide which is my one for keeps and which is the one I'll pass on if possible. But I've not got anything elaborate as a spreadsheet. Just try to remember or my football pitch. It's dead hard. It's like we just said with Tangent. It's so hard to stop yourself from buying, because I've got spikes. I've got a lot of spike copies, but I don't want to buy the old run. I've got Champ and things like that. I don't want it's the space to put them, and I'll just end up collect. I've got boxes of Shoot comics from the '70s, and my dad reads them, and I'll read them, and then what do we do afterwards? I'm not going to go back and read them, but I don't want to sell them, so I try not to buy too much. Otherwise, I will end up like like Tangent. They'll be all there, but I've not got a fantastic wall to put them all on. They're just in the loft, so. My son's got no interest at the moment of reading them, and I don't want to lend them to my brothers because I won't get them back. So yeah, that's the way I keep order, is either I make notes, or if I know if I'm going to get a double, it's going to replace the one in my collection. What about yourself, Matt?
Well, I just so I've got a spreadsheet with all my Roy the Rovers on their comics, annuals and specials. And I've also got the Tiger annuals and specials on that as well, and then all the books. But everything else I buy or get, I just kind of get it and stick it on a shelf somewhere. I don't really kind of log, because I'm not going to collect them all. I know for Roy the Rovers, I mean, I think I've got a couple of gaps like in the early '90s, so I know I'm going to get all of those eventually. But I'm not going to bother that with the other comics. So, I've got Victors, I've got Champs, I've got Scorchers, I've got all the Score and Raw, I've got all those. But I know I'm not going to get all of them all. So I haven't started cataloguing, because I think if I probably did, then that'll be the impetus to try and collect them. But to your point, Neil, I don't want to kind of burden my whole family with thousands of comics to get rid of when I kick the bucket.
Two tips for both of you, but it's probably a bit too late. Don't start a family. That's my tip to any comic collector, is just don't start a family. And just get yourself one nice big room that only you're allowed into.
Right. Next episode, I'll be divorced.
Same. I've had to start ordering them to the local garage so they don't come to the house, and I pick them up on my way from work.
I honestly, sorry, joking aside though, the Excel spreadsheet you do have to be careful of, because it does as you say, focus your mind. Whereas if it's more of a hobby, whereas for me, it has become at times a little bit too much of an obsession, and hunting down
search for holy
various
grail
ones is very difficult, especially as I think I did say earlier on this year, it was my kind of goal this year that's GOAL this year to try and complete my collection, but it's proving it's proving A, to be too expensive, and B, I don't think I've got a chance. But I still need 12 Action Comics, but we know one of those is the pre-banned one, which can go for absolutely silly money. We're talking over £1,000 that went for. And then I'm just, as I said, I need 66
I've got a couple
Victors.
of those.
Yeah, I thought you might have. Yeah, I know.
Oh God!
Well, I believe you gave Neil one the last time you bumped into him in some random second-hand store.
I've just covered one of my exercise books with it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable! I didn't realize it's worth money.
And I still need 90 editions of Tiger as well, and that includes issue number 1. And as we know, because we did feature that in the pod, that went for although that one that went for £1,000 did have the fantastic free gift, and we are aware of other not so good conditioned ones going for far less than that, but it's just getting lucky.
There's one there.
Yes, thanks for that. I think that's very rude to all the YouTube listeners to be.
Let's just say it's number 1.
There you go. Yeah, exactly. For the listeners, Matt's just being very childish. But yeah.
What about you, Cole? So what do you catalog? How do you catalog them?
Well, first of all, I haven't started a family, and
there's a bit of a news. There's a headline.
And I have my own flat, so every room is my own. So that's good. Although, if there are any ladies out there that are looking for a 6 foot, no, shut up, listen. If there are any ladies out there that are looking for a 6 foot 6 gull who will probably take you on a date a la a Haas Take On Me video to the mill in an animated format, then get in touch with PO Box number. What the bloody hell are you talking about? So my collection. So as listeners probably know, and I know you guys know, I've recently moved. Most of my stuff is in storage, slowly getting out, and now I've got my own section in my flat with storage boxes, and I'm finally, getting them in order, going through them. So I'm just going through all the 2000 ADs at the moment and my Secret Wars. But I only catalogue them. I don't use Excel. I just go on our website and just list what the issue number is, what date it was released, whether it was numbered or not, and how many are missing. It's just a simple way of doing it that I can edit. But of course, technology, that might go down. So I just have a book that I write in, and I list all the issue numbers, which was a bit of a pain writing down the 2000 AD issue numbers. But hey, I needed 6 books, and that's as simple as it is for me. Like I said, I've been not collecting so much over the last year or so for varying reasons, and now I'm really excited to actually, in inverted commas, catalog stuff. I'm not going to be putting it on display. It's sort of like behind a closed door. But
can you just put? What about just to the left of you there? What about? There's a bit of space there. You can put it there, can you?
I could. Hang on.
If you move that box out of the way.
Hang on. Dot. Can you move that box?
Next to Dot's ashtray. No, not that one.
Oh, the other side.
That one. Yeah. That one.
Oh, hang on. Dot, can you do that, Dot? No, piss off. Okay, fine. But that's as simple as that. I know it sounds silly typing it out on a web page, but
whatever works, mate. Whatever works.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I might take I know it will sound silly and look silly, but I might take a screenshot for a future episode of just. It'll only be words, but it'll just show you how I do it, and I like it. And I'm able to edit it when I get new stuff. Simple as that.
Okay, good.
Sorry, before, I don't know if we're ready to move on, but before, can I just say as well, one thing as well to listeners and sorry, all friends of the show, shall we say, don't get involved in a comic book podcast either and get introduced to people like Mute Button and Bygone, because it wasn't that long ago when I had just 5,800 comics in my collection and I was 97% complete. And then Bygone comes along and introduces Bullet to me. And then Mute Button comes along and says, what about Valiant? So I'm now up to 6,016 comics, but I'm down to 89.75% complete. So thank you very much, gents.
What about me?
Well, you haven't stuck your oar in and made me get more new collections. Although saying that, Goal, actually, you did make me go and get all the buddies, actually. So yes, stuff you and all.
No.
See, that's why you do need a family, because once you do have a family, you've have to make them decisions.
Yeah, that's true.
Are we going to Southport on our holidays or Sardinia?
Well, I would be divorced because it would be simply, sorry, love, what do you mean you want to go to Southport? And that means I can't bid on this collection of a complete run of buddies. Guess what, darling? I hope you enjoy Southport on your own.
Yeah, but if it is Southport, then I might be nearby, somewhere halfway between Southport and Germany.
Yes, indeed.
And just there's nothing wrong with Southport.
Yeah.
Anybody listening?
No, yeah.
It was the first thing that come to my head. Disclaimer there.
He's pod suspension fresh in his mind.
Yeah, I like Southport.
I mean, when I'm just going back, just very quickly before we move on, you know, I guess when I finally get everything sorted out, storage and catalog it and box it as I want in the right order, I probably I'm looking at a good 3,500, because I mean I've got 75 to 80% of all of the Roy the Rovers, you know, so and Champ, I've got all of the Champ, all of the Buddy, all of the Spike, so I'm doing pretty well. Anyway, should we move on? You're right there, Matt.
Yeah. You're right.
I just thought I'd say hello. Hello. Right then, it's on to the fact. What? What did he say?
I didn't say anything.
Moving on.
Oh, thank you for that. So yes, it's time for the final section, isn't it? And it's only the man I was just talking about. I was leading myself into introducing him for a section. It's only Mute Button Matt Richards. There you go, Tangent. That's the way to say it. And what are you doing this evening?
So it's the cricket season. Obviously, England are now currently playing India in a test series, and it's the Ashes later on this year. I know it's a football comic podcast, but as we know, Billy's Boots, one of the mainstays of football comics, Scorcher, Tiger, Roy the Rovers, etc. Often, Billy, when it came around to the summer, would start playing cricket. But what I was interested to find out is, when did he actually start playing cricket? Because obviously we know the story started in 1970 in Scorcher. So yeah, I'm just going to take us through, and I'm sharing it on the screen now, people on YouTube, so you can follow it through. The first time Billy Dane actually started playing cricket, and he managed to obtain Ditchot King's cricket boots. So yeah, so we're gonna follow it through. So here we have on the screen, we've got Billy. He's playing for Groundwood. They're in the final of the Schools Cup. It's the second half, and they're already a goal down. And you've got Billy, and he's going through on goal, number 9, centre forward. He's hit the bar, and they go, oh no, he should have passed, but his shooting's been off. But he's come off the bar, and he's heads it in. So it's a goal, and they've got a goal back. So Groundwood have got a goal back already. And they go, lovely goal, Billy, great stuff. So they restart, and they're saying, remember what our sportsmaster said, if we scored, go all out for another goal before they recover. Let's go. So Billy gets hold of the ball, and this time he sees Jimmy Dawson, his mate Jimmy Dawson, and he passes it over onto the far wing. And Jimmy Dawson goes into the box, and he knows Billy's behind him. And what he does, he backheels it, and Billy's there, and he shoots, and he scores, and it's in the top corner, and it's 2-1. And Mr. Renton, the Groundwood School sportsmaster, he turns to, I don't know, it might be in the headmaster or groundwood, I don't know. So there you go. I thought I was going to take Dane off at half time, but he's made a great comeback. Anyway, groundwood managed to keep them out and they end up winning the cup. So referee blows a whistle. It's all over. Groundwood win. And so they're presented with the cup and groundwood is a great bit. Yes, John Gillett artwork is just fantastic. It's a great strip across the whole page, and it says, groundwood, and they're running with the cup. And they get into the dressing room, and you've got Biddy there, and with Jimmy Dawson, and they go, "Oh well, that's it. Football's finished for the season." Jimmy's going, "Oh, it won't seem right without a game of football to look forward to." And someone goes, "Cheer up, you two. We won the cup, didn't we?" Well, Mr. Renton's got something to say. So the sportsmaster, he goes, "Well done, boys. What you've done for the school team, I want you to do for the cricket team. We start next week, and I want to see you all turn up for practice." So of course, you got on the way home, you've got Billy there with Jimmy, and Jimmy's going to Billy, "Do you like cricket, Billy? I can bat a bit." And Billy's going, "Oh, I haven't played much, just the occasional game." And he arrives home and he's thinking, he's going, "Oh, I wonder if Deadshot Keane played cricket. He must have done something when the football season ended. I'll ask that man I met before, the one who knew Deadshot." So anyway, the following day, you see him, he's over someone's garden gate and he's talking to this old gent who's doing a bit of gardening in the front garden. He goes, "Hello, sir. I was wondering if you knew what Deadshot Keane did during the summer. Did he play cricket?" "Hello, Billy. I'm afraid I can't tell you much about that, but Deadshot Keane must have played cricket." And then the old man wanders over to his garden shed. "Because I've got this old pair of cricket boots that used to belong to him. You can have them if you like." But he's thinking in thought bubble, "That's great. They might help me play cricket. The same as Deadshot's footer boots help me to play football." And the old man goes, "They don't look much, but they might come in useful. Whether Keane was a batsman or bowler, I don't know." But he goes, "I'll wear them when we have cricket practice next week. If I score 100, I'll let you know." So he's got the boots and he's on his racer bike there. And so we move on. Next week, this is the 10th. Sorry, I should say this is May 1975. So this is in Tiger, because obviously the story moved over from Scorcher and Score in October 74. So we're in Tiger, and now we have a scene in the kitchen. He's actually got his boots on. He's got two sets of boots. Oh yeah, because he's got the football boots and he's got the cricket boots, and he's given the cricket boots a clean. And he's talking to his gran there. She's washing up, and he's going, "If I'm going to play for the school cricket team, Gran, I'll need white trousers. There's no need to buy boots though. I've got some. If you think I can afford to buy white trousers just for cricket, you're mistaken. There's an old pair of white corduroy trousers upstairs. You can use those." White corduroy trousers.
White cords, I was going to say, yeah.
So he's on his way to school. He bumps into his mate Jimmy, and Jimmy goes, "Got your cricket gear, Billy?" "I have, bat and all. They used to belong to my dad." But he goes, "I've got some boots, but I've got to make do with ordinary trousers. But they're white. Gran says she can't afford to buy me proper flannels." So anyway, they go into the school and they go, "Oh, look at that. They've got the cricket nets up already and a slip catching cradle." And you've got Mr. Renton there standing in front of all the boys, and they all kind of get different types of, kit on. Some have got trousers, some haven't. Most of them got white shirts, but they're a bit of a ragtag bunch. He says, "I can't say you all look like cricketers, but maybe you have some talent. Let's go and see." So they're into the nets, and Jimmy Dawson, he's brought a bat. So he has a first knock in there, and they go, "Oh," Mr. Renton's going, "Good shot, Dawson. You look as if you played before." And Billy's thinking, "I wonder how I'll get on. Old Deadshot's boots might help me to be a super batsman." And Jimmy Dawson, he's smacking it, and it hits a six. And they're going, "Oh, it's time someone else showed what he could do. You're next, Dane." So Jimmy gives him the bat. And he goes to him, "Don't try and head it, Billy. It's harder than a football." He goes, "I'll be all right, as long as old Renton doesn't bowl too fast." And of course, like Mr. Renton, he bowls the first ball and he bowls in middle stump. So yeah, but he's struggling a bit with the bat. Second ball though, he hits it. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Third ball, he's bowled again. Mr. Renton goes, "Well, I can see your style, lad. You're just a slogger. All right, who's next?" Billy's thinking, well, Deadshot King's cricket boots didn't seem to help much. Perhaps he wasn't a good cricketer after all. And so Renton goes, come and have a go at the slip catching machine, Billy. It's a real laugh. And so they're bouncing the ball on the slip cradle. Have you ever done that, guys? Have you done that before? The old slip cradles where you throw a cricket ball and it bounces off at different angles.
No, I've never done that.
Anyway, they're doing that.
Very rarely held a cricket bat.
Clearly Percy Groves is pretty good at that, pretty good at fielding. So that's good to know. Anyway, Mr. Renter goes, you're not good with the bat, Dane. Perhaps you're a bowler. Show me what you can do. Yes, sir. So anyway, Billy starts to take a bit of a long run up. He goes, oh, where's he going? Oh, he takes a long run. I bet he fancies himself as a fast bowler. He's not sure, Billy. So, I don't want to take all this run. It's the boots. They seem to be making me go further back. The boots. It's always the boots, and they tell him what to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, he comes bounding in, and he bowls it. And it's like, whoa, it's a bouncer. It's just straight past Mr. Renton's head. What a delivery. He nearly took old Renton's eyebrows off. And then second, he keeps going in, on his fifth ball, and he bowls him. Middle stump, shatters the stumps. I go, great ball, Billy. Mr. Renton's there. Well bowled, Dane. We're not so badly off as I thought we would. We've got Jimmy Dawson. He's a good bat. So is Ted Parks. Groves looks like he's been a decent wicket keeper. Dane and Granger can bowl well and fast too. And you, Ramsbottom, you're a good spinner. I think we'll make up a fair side. But I wish we could have more practice. But our first game is on Saturday against Morton School. I'll put the team up on the ball tomorrow. Morton School? Gosh, they're red hot. 2 of their old boys are professionals. They're a cricketing school. It'll be a real tough game.
2 of their boys are professionals. Interesting.
2 of the old boys. Yeah, well, I don't know. It's clearly a cricket playing school. And we'll see as the story goes. So anyway, move on. 17th of May. And you've got all the kids standing in front of Mr. Renton. And he's going, you look more like a gang of navvies than Granwood School cricket team. Anyway, and they're going, my mum wouldn't buy me white trousers. She says they're too dear. That's what mine said too. Well, try and wear your white shirts. Your ordinary school shirts will do, and white plimsolls. Most of you have got them. Even if we can't play, we can look like cricketers. So anyway, Billy goes home with Jimmy, and he's going, do you think we've got any chance against Morton School on Saturday, Billy? But he's like, well, they're supposed to be very good. We go by Morton School on the way home. Let's stop off and see if they're practicing. And so they cycle past Morton School, and this is a big school. This is a bit like Hogwarts type of thing, like a stately home, like a private school. They've got everything, and got a big stone wall as well. So there's money there. So they're looking over the wall, and one of the masters who's in like a gown goes, clear off, you boys, you're not wanted here. Goes, all right, we're only looking. So Billy gets home, and he's there, and he's flicking through one of his books because he's got about 50 Deadshot books, and he brings out one a week, old Deadshot. And he goes, I wonder if there's anything about Deadshot playing cricket in here. And his grand's there. Now, don't you spend too long reading, and wash your ears and neck before you go to bed. This is a classic grand thing to say.
Yeah, exactly.
Wash behind your ears.
Wash behind your ears, yeah.
So he's sitting up in bed, is Billy. He's flicking through the book, and he goes, here's a bit about cricket. Deadshot Keen and the summer game. I wonder what it says. And then you go kind of like, you got like a dream sequence, don't you? So he's imagining it here. He goes, it was only as a youngster that Keane played cricket, and he was never much good as a batsman. But he was a fair bowler and very fast. And he excelled as a fielder, using his speed and strong arm to throw in. But he's thinking, well, I can try my best at fielding. I bet we get a lot of it to do against those Morton boys. Anyway, his grand knocks on the door. I said you were not to spend hours reading. You'll strain your eyes. So again, another thing which grands or nans would say, you strain your eyes. Now put that light off and go to sleep. Okay, Gran, good night.
And don't make that face if the wind changes, you're going to stay like that.
Stay like that, yeah. That's it. So many sayings. Drop off. If you play with that, it'll fall off. Oh no, it's something else. Anyway, on Saturday, it's now Saturday morning,
Hey.
and you've got some of the Morton boys there, and you can tell they've got the caps and they've got the stripy jackets. And go, I don't understand why we have to play groundwood. They look like a load of scruffs. They'll do for practicing on. Ha ha. So that's my impression of a posh voice.
What are they playing? New TFC?
Yeah, well, basically, yeah. It's loads of yeah. So the groundwood boys, they get changed and they take the field and they go, oh, what a bunch! They even got whites. They've won the toss. They're batting first. That's all they will win. Ha ha. So anyway, so groundwood are batting first, and you've got Jimmy Dawson. He opens up with Ted Parks, and he hits the ball. Nice stroke. And then Ted Parks hits out. Oh, it's a 6. So they started off quite well, groundwood. But Ted was soon caught, and the wickets began to fall. And there you go. Tubby was caught out miles out of his crease, so he gets run out. Billy was the last man in, and he's going, oh, we're not even going to get 100. And so Billy comes in. Jimmy's still there, so he comes in to face the Morton fast bowler, and he gets hit on the shoulder. And one of the fielders there, he's like taking the mick. He's going, you're supposed to hit the ball with your bat, not your shoulder. And these Morton boys, typical Morton boys.
Yeah. Next
delivery was really fast, and it's heads high again. Oh, but he managed to duck out of the way. Billy there going, wait until I'm bowling. I'll show him a thing or two. But Jimmy Dawson's still there, and he hits out, and that's his 50. Well done, Dawson.
Wow. Yes, good knock.
Good knock. But he couldn't last. He gets caught behind by the wicket keeper. But he gets clapped off anyway. Well played, Dawson. Someone goes, oh, how many did they get? 97. This is the Morton boys. Our opening pair will knock that off in no time. And it's Billy going, we'll see about that. We'll see how they like my fast bowling. I'm going to have a real go at them. So anyway, we move.
Sorry, just to interrupt. It was interesting though. So Jimmy Dawson managed to bat the whole way through.
Yeah. Well, he got caught at the end, but
at the end, but
he opened all the way through.
Yeah, exactly.
Good old Jimmy, yeah. So anyway, so that's next week, 24th of May, 1975. It's on the front page as well. So on the screen, I'm showing the front page of Tiger and Scorcher, and they chuck in the ball. Okay, Billy, you open the bowling. Really let them have it. They bowled more than their fair share of bouncers. No wonder we only made 97. So you get Billy, and he's really, really steaming in. He goes, oh, he's thinking, I hope I bowl well. Dead shots seem to be making me run really fast. And then a moment later, first ball, he's bowled the opener out, smashes the wickets. How's that? And as the player troops off, the player walking on goes, hard luck, Johnson. What happened? Don't ask me, Davis. I didn't even see it. That kid they've got opening the bowling is really fast.
Oh, I see. Oh, my word. What a ball.
So the Morton boys, they don't like his bowling. And so he's bowling, giving them a few bounces. And they're laughing. They go, they don't like the taste of their own medicine. But he bowls 4 overs flat out. And he gets another wicket. He's caught. So he's doing well, Billy. But wickets are falling. But the Morton boys are also scoring runs. And they get another 4. And you've got Ronnie Ramsbottom, the groundwood spinner, comes on, and he's going to the fielders. Spread out, all of you. I'm expecting a few catches. And one of the fielders go, how far do you want me to go? Down to the high street? It's a great line. And Billy was sent out onto the boundary, and as Ronnie ambled up to bowl, there's the Morton boys there. What's that fielder doing, running like that? But he's thinking, he's going, it's dead shots, cricket bricks. They seem to be making me run.
That's brilliant. It's brilliant.
And so the ball's bowled by Ronnie, and he smacks it, the Morton batsman, and he's like, oh, there's no one out there. Oh, yes, there is. Dane's running in like mad. And he catches it. He catches it in the outfield. Well held, well held. And even the posh boys are going, you've got to admit it. That was a super catch. And they've got 4 men left, and we need 30 runs. We should still do it. So the runs continue to come, and it's another 4. The next ball, they're caught. So it's another wicket down. And then we're getting close to the end now. Keep your end up, Jackson. Only 8 runs wanted. 2 4s will do it. So the number 11 batsman for Morton, he chances his arm, and he smacks it. Oh, it's 4 runs. I only need another 4. And so the next ball comes in, and he smacks this one. That's it. It's a 4 all the way. But the fielder goes, no, Billy Dane's out there. And Billy just grabs it with his hand, his outstretched hand, and he's well fielded. They've already run two. They're running back for a third. But Billy then he turns and he throws the ball hard and straight, just like Deadshot did earlier, or how he was imagining him from the book. And it's a great, good throw. The keeper's got it. Oh, and he takes the stumps out. How's that? He's been run out. Grandwood win. They won by 2 runs.
Brilliant.
And the cock a hoop. And as they go back to the clubhouse, he goes, we whacked them. They thought they'd lick us hollow, but we sure showed them a thing or two. And that's it.
Brilliant.
That's the end. That's
Sure
the first time we saw Billy playing cricket for Groundwood, and that's the result. Good old Groundwood.
Do you know what? I love a couple of things there. I don't know if it was straight away, but in Billy's boots on one of the titles, the O's were replaced by cricket balls. I know
Yes.
on one of the editions, which is brilliant. But I love, I get the
That's
fact
true.
like the boots, move him in to bowl fast, but it's still the arm action, right? And like that throwing from the outfield, the boots, you've got to have a good arm on you. So it does go to bygones thoughts, really, that Billy Dane, it's all in the head, yeah? It's all in the head, right?
Yeah. Well, I like Jimmy Dawson because he was a natural footballer and he's obviously a natural cricketer.
Yeah,
But he never doubted Billy, did he? He always it's the boots or whatever. He always stuck up for him. But I think even he knew it's a psychological issue, isn't it, with Billy Dane?
That's
I imagine if he was like ice skating, he'd find a pair of boots.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great spot, that is, Tangent. Yeah, so you see on the
cricket
title,
balls,
you see on Billy when he's playing football, it's got these boots there as the 2 L's.
Yeah.
And then just next week, yeah.
It's good that.
Yeah. Yeah, the O's are the cricket balls.
It's just detail. The attention to detail is just fantastic.
Yeah, what some of the stuff over the years
on.
that they did do in the headers of the stories, like when we've reviewed the Christmas specials and stuff, with the snow and things on. There are some classic ones over the years.
Yeah. And I was just going to say, I'm not interested in cricket at all, but I did like reading the cricket stories. I think it's just the characters. I was trying to have a think today because about what other stories feature cricket. It might be some of our listeners might think of some off the top of me. I remember Roy the Rovers using cricket a few times. Vernon Elliott, I think, had to retire due to
exactly. Well, you say that because the first I can't remember the year of it now, but I'm sure that must have been the year that I started, because as in the first non-season that I was reading Roy the Rovers was the story of that Ralph Meeker, the Australian bowler, and obviously that led, Charlie Carter, that then really led to Roy leaving because of Charlie Carter, collarbone, and Toby coming in. Vernon Elliott's career finished, and the Marx brothers also went on and played a cricket match when they went on the summer tour the same year. So for me, it was really weird. My kind of first thoughts, sorry, Bygone, of Roy the Rovers was in summer that it almost turned to a cricket comic.
Yeah. I know
it just seemed that,
Nipper played a lot of cricket as well.
Yeah.
And it was a similar story. I think he went to play for a team for the summer and there was all like posh people who were like, oh no, you can't play cricket. And he proved them all wrong. And there was a chap I remember trying to not there was some deal riding on something about if they won the tournament and Nipper spoilt that. I remember that. I've just been reading 1974 Tiger and Johnny Cougar has just played in a cricket match.
Oh, wow, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the wrestler, against a wrestler called the Gentleman, he's called. But
Brilliant.
so that's one of on the cover page. It's Johnny Bowl. I think he's bowling now. I think so. It'd be interesting if there's any other stories that we can't remember off the top of our head where the footballers. I don't know if Swiss Family Robinson played cricket. I can't remember, but it'd be funny, wouldn't it? It'd be good to listen if anybody's got any memories.
Swiss Family? Did you say Swiss Family Robinson? You did say it, didn't you?
No, Football Family Robinson.
Yeah, I thought you said Swiss.
Swiss Family. I thought you did as well, actually. But yeah, it's an easy one to do. It's an easy one to do.
It is.
I don't remember any cricket from my visit to the mill, so I can't really help you there.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love Billy's boots.
Yeah, so that's it. Back to you, Go.
Lovely. That was really interesting. I'm sure you guys agree. It really is.
Definitely.
We are, the world's best British comic podcast, but we also don't do football sometimes. So that was really interesting. I really enjoyed that. Thank you. Thank you, Matt Richards. Okay. Now, before we move on to the socials, should we talk about what we've got coming up?
Yep.
Can
Yep.
do, yeah.
Yeah. Shall I go?
Yeah.
So as I mentioned earlier, we're looking forward to having our great friend Barry Tomlinson back on the show. So he'll be coming back on very soon to do a specials show. You know, I've been talking about the Tiger Olympic special. Probably look at another Tiger Holiday special and a Roy of the Rovers special as well, because I know some of the listeners have asked for some, and I know Bygone's going to take us through a Roy of the Rovers special when Barry comes on as well. So that's coming up really, really soon. And also, I've contacted David Hunt, who was the editor of Scorcher throughout its life, from when it was launched to when it merged into Tiger. Then later on he became editor of Battle. He then later on became editor of Hotshot, and he was the last editor of the weekly Roy of the Rovers comic as well. So yeah, really hoping that he'll come on. He said he will. So yeah, I don't know when that's going to be. That'll probably be in a few months' time. But another exciting guest to come on.
Without doubt. Fantastic news.
Comes in.
Yeah,
I'm gonna visualize the roulette wheel of Champanizer, and I'm just gonna say a random name, and then you can choose what you're doing. So this could go horribly wrong. All right, hang on. Let me just spin the wheel. Hang on. It's Tangent.
Cheers. Well, I shall do the Facebook groups then. And so obviously there's the Roy of the Rovers comic 40 years on, in brackets Melchester Rovers, brought to us all by the wonderful friend of the show, Ed Taylor.
Let's go.
And then there's the Champ We Are United and Football Picture Story Monthly Fans Facebook group. And then there's also Striker World as well, and I believe we also post on the Mighty World of British Comics, which is an interesting one because that's one of the Facebook groups which is obviously all comics and not just football centric.
Yeah, I posted my latest pickup of Secret Wars on there, issue number 1, and got a good amount of likes, so that was good. Oh yeah, cool. It's yeah. Was that all of it, Tangent?
As far as I'm aware, those are the Facebook groups.
All right, it's time for the Wheel of Steel, doing its deal. Here we go. Who's it going to be? It's Bygone. What are you doing, Bygone?
Just going to read out one of the links.
Here we go.
It's the website. It's www.champweareunited.proboards.com, where it's a forum where we've got over 55,000 posts on there. It's really good archive as well. They've got some really good, interesting chats on there. I like going on there every now and then to have a look through. And that's it. Oh, we've got the YouTube channel, Champ We Are United YouTube channel, and I'll leave the rest for Matt.
I'll just add to that, Bygone. Interestingly, we've had a couple of members join recently. As always, we say, there's loads of information on there, so do join. But also, long-time members, Ben Galloway, Jimmy Grant, and a few others have been posting a few bits and pieces on there. So that's interesting. We still do get posts on there from old-time members, but that's really good. Matt?
Yeah, so on X, you can find us at @champ_r, @champ_r_ARE, and we're on Blue Sky. That's @champcomics.bsky.social.
Oh, eloquently done. Oh, lovely. Like the velvet dulcet tones of the mute. Lovely. Which is oxymoron, isn't it? No, I wasn't calling you a moron. So yes, there you go. So, what did you think of today's episode, lads?
We got through it.
Very good.
I enjoyed it. Really good. I love the cricket feature.
So it's that was episode 1, or as Tangent would go, 110 done.
Exactly.
It's time for the goodbyes. I won't spin the wheel of steel. It's just whoever wants to go first. Go on then, Tangent.
No, great stuff. Goodbye, and really looking forward to the potential future special guests to come on. Some more great stuff to look forward to. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Thanks again, and hopefully speak to you all soon.
Bygone.
Yeah, another really good show. I've really enjoyed taking part in tonight. I hope the listeners have the same, and same as Tangent. I'm really looking forward to the next few shows that we've got planned.
Lovely. Mute.
Yep. Great to catch up on We Are United, week 8. The story continues, so I enjoyed that. Well done, Tangent. Yeah, looking forward to Barry coming on.
Yes.
Yeah, very much looking forward to that. From me, I don't know what was happening in the first 10 minutes, but I got through it. It still went downhill after that for me. But anyway, here we are at the end. And I just want to say to the listeners and the viewers, thank you as always for tuning in or listening and giving us your feedback. We're very humbled by how much you appreciate what we do. It's an absolute joy to do it, never a chore. So thank you so much. Wow, I went all serious then. I'm welling up here, welling up. Oh, so am I. Thank you, Doc. So yeah, to Nicky's catchphrase, 110 done. See you next time.
Yeah.